So any business investment visa application needs to have what I've called the 3 pillars of approval. The first is you have to be able to show that this business is going to create local jobs. There's no hard and fast number of local jobs, but it has to be inherent in the entire prospective future, if you will, of the business, that jobs are going to be created. You don't need to create them this month, next month, 6 months later, could be okay. It all depends on the circumstances. But local recruitment is a key part of that application. Secondly, you need to have suitable business premises. And the idea here is that at some stage when you bring your employees into work for you inside your business, they have to have somewhere sensible to report to work every day. They can't report to your kitchen table, or they can't report to your spare bedroom. Okay? So the beauty about suitable business premises is that, especially here at Centre O, you've got everything that you need to go about satisfying the concept of suitable business premises. Because the Immigration Department look at the entire plan, they're going to ask the question, well, what is being planned, how's it going to be accommodated? And you can say quite properly, well, look, the first 6 months, I'm just still going to be consolidating everything. So actually at this point, I don't really need to have the expense of formal business premises, so I can run a virtual office, a brass plaque operation with telephone and fax answering, that kind of service. That's okay. And as part and parcel of the story to the department, you effectively show to them that once your business has been implemented after a few months, and the local employees are due to start working for you, and you need to have dedicated place to conduct your business rather than on a virtual basis, but on a practical basis, then you can upgrade from virtual to serviced. And it's an easy transition to make, especially if it's at Centre O, because you don't have to change your address, it's the same telephone numbers, and it makes sense to the Immigration Department, a staged pathway towards business premises when you need them. And then at the end of your first stage of business development, and you outgrow your service office capability, and you need to, for example, open a showroom or something that suggests that the business premises that you're needing to be efficient and not being satisfied through what a service office has to offer, then you can put in your plan that you expect that you're going to move into formal business premises with your own tenancy agreement and the like. Okay, so local recruitment on the one hand, suitable business premises on the other, and the third thing that's required is resources. Now, what are resources for these purposes? Cash. Business needs cash. Resources are, do you have a track record? Have you got another business that's similar to this in another country? Are you bringing special technologies or special concepts that are successful overseas, that if you implement them in Hong Kong, they'll be successful here? Have you got any confirmed contracts, either overseas or in Hong Kong, that represent almost guaranteed revenue to the business? What is your own personal background in this respect? That's a resource. So the Immigration Department will look at a whole variety of different elements that form part and parcel of the entire story, and they'll want to be satisfied that you've got the necessary resources in place to ensure that the business stands a really good chance of becoming a solidly entrenched commercial enterprise. Okay?
Where the business is a subsidiary of an already existing overseas company, do the resources need to be made physically available in Hong Kong after incorporation, or is it sufficient for the parent company overseas to say, this is what we will, as the owner of the business, they're liable for...
Yeah. I'd say it's probably 80-20. You can use 80... If the whole challenge is to provide 100% resources, 80% can be the credibility of what's going on in Ireland in this case.
Yes, it is, yeah. Very good.
Yeah. And then the other 20% is, okay, what's happening on the ground and what you're going to do.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, good. Alright, so these are the three pillars of approval. These are the three things that you need to think about. If you can suitably address these things, your home and host, you'll get your visa.